Good afternoon, class of 2020. As Maya Angelou, my personal favorite poet and civil rights activist, once said, the future is plump with promise. We made it to the day we've been waiting for our whole lives. How does it feel? Great? Yeah? All right. The day has come when we celebrate our achievements, hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears, and everything we've done our entire school career, just to never see each other again. Or so we thought. In all seriousness, we come together today to celebrate each other in the hardships and the blessings that high school has molded us into today. We have come so far in life for this one very moment. Just imagining what it'd feel like to finally feel all this assiduous time and gratification in the palm of our hands. I remember when I first got out of elementary school and I was transitioning into middle school, I used to sit to myself and think, wow, basically an adult at this point, not knowing what life had in store for me. Then I, of course, transitioned into my freshman year thinking, well, ain't no going back now. And boy, was I right. Going into high school was something, of course, completely new to me, but I already knew that at that point in high school, I generally had no correlation to what the next 4 years had ahead of me. I didn't know what life would throw at me mentally, emotionally, and even physically, but I thankfully made it just knowing that I had my amazing peers, supporting friends, family, and teachers around me that helped me through it all. Without them, I won't be who I am today. Starting in my freshman year, it reminds me of the first place where I felt welcome. When I knew it was a completely fresh new beginning for me. Most importantly, I knew I had a whole new chance of making another home for myself and for others. I knew I had a family when my first ever band camp. Yes, I said band camp. During this time was very hard for me. Transitioning into high school, and not even a couple months prior, I lost a beloved family friend and my adored grandfather.
You got this, baby.
You got this, baby.
You got it, Daphne!
You got it, baby.
You got it!
My loved ones, I thought I wouldn't lost for a very long time. But regardless of it all, I still went to that band room with my head held high.
Yes, she did.
Ready for whatever the captains and leaders had for me in store for that day. My mom always told me you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Cliche, I know. My mom's always right, right?
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Later on that week, things had gotten more and more burdensome. I wasn't quite sure what it was, till the next day my mother sat me down after practice and told me that my great uncle had passed away from cancer that day. I didn't know how to react from losing someone who inspired me to keep going regardless of what was in my way, even if it was myself sometimes. That day, as some of you may know, was very hard for me. It felt like another part of me was gone and I didn't know what to do. I tried my hardest to give it my all until I was learning something that was already testing my patience. It was 10 times more difficult for me just because I was so heartbroken. I attempted my most difficult task that day and I broke down. My nose started bleeding, couldn't breathe, and everyone freaked out because no one knew what was wrong with me. It was all just because it felt like I wasn't myself anymore. I couldn't do what I had loved. It felt as if what made me had gone away with him that night. Sorry.
You got this, baby
You
girl.
got this, girl. Let's
You
go.
got it. You got it.
I did this for him. I thought that because he was gone, I didn't know how to continue as a human being because he was a big role in my life. I, of course, started crying, and the peers around me no longer stared at me and attempted to comfort me. They saw that I was broken, and they consoled me in a time where I thought no one would understand. The time where I thought I was alone. Everyone started crying and gave me the biggest hug, and we continued our day working 10 times harder. It somehow filled the hole that I expected would never have been filled. I learned that high school was definitely going to be a place where I genuinely felt there was more than a home. It was a family. Throughout the years, I started to get to know everyone, new peers, new teachers, and even lifelong friends. At the end of it all, high school has taught me that life is going to throw you in so many problems and dilemmas. And regardless of it all, if you're ready or not, they're still coming your way. But we can also handle it. We've made it. And now we have our whole lives ahead of us. Throughout the entirety of my high school career, I kept my uncle and my past loved ones in my mind as a motivation. I told myself to always speak up for what I believe in and sing like there is no tomorrow, as they wanted. I moved through simple words that I speak to you all today. So, scholars of 2020, how will you use your voice? How will you use your words and knowledge to inspire others? I wish you all Godspeed and thank you so much.
Yeah, Daphne! We love you.
Mr. Smith, as the valedictorian, it is my great honor to present to you the class of 2020.